This is the third of the videos on the Control 101 toolbox focused on predictive control. This particular resource is looking at noise rejection and indeed also disturbance rejection. Just a reminder then that the toolbox was first released in 2023 and now has a large number of resources on many topics, but it's only very recently that some resources have been added on model predictive control, which is the focus of this video. Earlier videos in this short sequence then have looked at the foundations of MPC and tuning, and now what we want to do is focus on uncertainty. How well does MPC deal with uncertainty? Readers or viewers are reminded that the purpose of this video is not to look into fine technical details, and if you really want those, please look elsewhere. How do we find the relevant files then? We'll first launch the toolbox master file, Control101, and then select the appropriate button. So you'll see here the button is called MPC with a T filter. What are the problems then with Karima prediction models? It's been shown, this is in the literature, that predictions based on Karima models are highly sensitive, that's the key word, to measurement noise. So this is well known in the community. And in consequence, the control law or inputs can also be highly sensitive to this noise, which is not good. And you can see here examples of an input signal where there's measurement noise and an input signal without measurement noise. And it's fairly clear that one is okay and one is far from okay. If you look at this red one, you'll see it's very active, and that's going to give significant wear and tear on your actuators and is simply not acceptable. So we are going to have to reduce the sensitivity to measurement noise. A simple and intuitive approach is to filter, low-pass filter, the output measurements before using them within the predictions. And within GPC, this filter was often denoted a T filter. That was just something that the community decided upon as a name. The purpose of this app then is to allow the user to explore the impact of the T filter on how MPC deals with measurement noise and disturbance rejection. But there's a very key point here. Improving one can make the other worse, and those familiar with sensitivity will realize that's a classic trade-off. Push sensitivity down in one area, sensitivity may get worse in another area. Now, just as a notice, there are alternative prediction models to Karima models, and these have different sensitivities. So FIR models, independent models, state space models, and there is no right and wrong, and there's no best and worst. They all have different sensitivities, and you have to look at this more carefully, and that's not the purpose of this video. This video is basically to expose the issue, and expose the issue with a particular focus on Karima prediction models. Here's the app then. You'll notice it's got all the normal choices of horizons and weights, but there's some new options added in here, the T filter ones. So the T filter is, in essence, the low-pass filter you're going to use to try and desensitize yourself to noise. You can choose the pole, and you can choose the order. So basically, if you have first order, the pole appears once, second order twice, third order 3 times. There are alternatives in the literature, but we don't want to overcomplicate it because the focus here is on concepts, not on a final design. You can also do disturbance rejection, but you should notice if you investigate disturbance rejection, it will automatically set the target to 0 because we don't want to mix the issues up. We want you to actually see very clearly what's happening with the disturbance rejection. Let's go to a live demonstration then, and all these things will become somewhat clearer. So here's the app. You can see I've selected second order model. I've selected a T filter order of 1, and I've put the pole at 0, which basically means no filtering. Let's simulate then and see what we get. So if you look at this input, can you see it's very noisy? You really would not be happy with this input. Let's add some filtering then. So typically, with correct sort of sampling, a T filter pole around 0.8 is often about right. It's a slightly arbitrary choice, but let's try it. Let's simulate again. And you can see much better behavior. What happens if we square it? So say we're going to put that pole twice. So let's square it. Simulate again. And you can see now the input is getting to be reasonable. You've essentially filtered out this high frequency measurement noise, and if you look at the output as well, you'll see it's looking a lot better. So in general terms, what you can see is putting in a low pass filter, so now I'm going to go to third order, seems to be making things better. You say that's good, maybe that's what I should do. However, now let's go back and let's look at disturbances. So what I'm going to do now is I'll go back to first order, I'll get rid of the pole, I'll refresh so we clear the screen. So now we're doing disturbance rejection, so that's why there's no target. So essentially a disturbance hits the system. A disturbance hits the system and we want to see how we behave. So again, you see there's no T filtering, everything looks a bit messy. Now let's make the pole a bit bigger. And what do you notice? The disturbance rejection, in terms of the output, has actually got worse. Let's square it. What do you notice? The disturbance rejection has got worse. Let's cube it. The disturbance rejection has got worse. If I move that legend up a bit so you can see, when you first saw, oh, no T filter, it looks a bit of a mess. But actually what you can see is that with no T filter, the disturbance rejection was the best. And when you add in the T filter, the disturbance rejection gets gradually worse and worse and worse. So you have a trade-off. And the purpose of this app is to allow users to explore these issues. This resource then has introduced, or this video rather, has introduced some of the resources recently added to the Control101 toolbox, focusing on model predictive control. This specific resource or video has focused on uncertainty and how a basic GPC algorithm with a Creamer model deals with that, with a special focus on measurement noise, but also some discussion of disturbances. And what you can see is the T filter helps, but it does have its downsides as well. It's demonstrated the user needs to consider uncertainty carefully in their choice of prediction model, and some filtering is likely to be useful or indeed essential in practice.